Okay. Um, uh, hey, everybody. Had some time to kill, so I decided to come into the bedroom here and do a live, so I have no idea how long I'm going to be on here or anything. Um, but I think I may have broken 2 of my toes today. I was doing a reenactment of something and at my mom's, and I was on a slippery floor with my socks on, and see, I don't know what, as far as the lighting, I'm having trouble figuring out. Like, I want you guys to be able to see me, and I don't like the way it's making me look. Like, my eyes are dark and sunken in and crap. So, I'm trying to find a good angle here. Oh, well, I guess that's the best I'm going to be able to do. Because I ended up. Hey, Kalika, figured you'd be up. Come on. Come on. But you ain't going to like it because Bella's up here. There we go. That's a little better if I can hold myself at that angle the whole time. You coming up, cat, or what? Please don't bump my toes. They're already hurt. Now what's the matter? Carrying the tank in, to clean it. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to hold it this whole time. Lovely. Wish there was a good angle I could put it at, because I don't like my face being that damn sunken in, or my eyes looking like they're all dark and shit. I have nothing to set this on either. Anyway, past few days have been really busy. And, like yesterday, me and Norma, we went up to Mount Gilead and was helping my brother move some stuff. And we didn't even get home till like after 11 o'clock at night. So we were pretty wiped out and tired. I ate some ramen noodles, and went straight to bed. I was done. I was done for the day. And so was she. But, it got me $40, that I really needed. So why not? And we was only able, that's just Bella in the background there. And Kalika's up here on the bed too, because of course she's got to have mommy's time as much as possible. And I got my left leg hanging down because that's the toes that I hurt, possibly may have broken today. Tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, is going to be the yard sale at my mom's. I would give the address on here, but one, I didn't ask my mom's permission, so I don't know if she'd be okay with that. And I would be a little leery about giving it anyway, because this is public, so literally anybody can see this live. And, not to offend anybody or whatever, any unknown, like, public people that might see this that I don't know. There's a lot of scary people out there, let's just say that. And I don't want to be responsible for possibly bringing some of them to my mom's door. So I'm not going to give out the address, but hopefully we'll have a good turnout this weekend, and the weather will be nice and work with us here. And and we'll make a decent chunk of change because my husband's got some stuff to get rid of. I certainly do. And Chris, or my husband, I mentioned him. My mom possibly might have some stuff to get rid of. I don't know yet. And so we'll see. But it's my first one in a long, long time that I've ever done. But because I'm not doing it in Columbus, there's no fee because apparently Columbus charges a fee to do it in Columbus. And we are definitely considered Columbus. But because where my mom lives, it's not Columbus, so they're a lot more lenient, and the only drawback is they only let you do 2 a year. Now, I know I've mentioned live on a couple of other lives that, the yard sale coming up and everything. I also wanted to take this time, since I just recently found out, I think the last live I did, which was a couple days ago or something, that a friend of mine, I will only give her first name, and I hope I can call her friend still, Kelly, she subscribed to my channel, which I was very happy, certainly to see that she had, but I was also kind of shocked and surprised that she had, because of the coven she's in, which rejected me when I tried to join, which I talked about, I believe, at length in the last live stream. Didn't give the name of the coven because I'm not trying to start any ruckus. I'm not trying to start any trouble. I'm really not. I'm not trying to single anybody out, but I'll just say that the leader of that coven, I don't like the way he did me. I think he falsely got my hopes up and then let me down. And, because of some beliefs I have about the whole Creepy Hollows thing, he prejudged me and he had no right. So I really don't. I'm probably not going to go to any more of his rituals, and I'm sure he could care less. I missed having a witchy family to hang out with. I missed having some witchy friends to hang out with, because around here, the area that we're in, I wouldn't feel very comfortable trying to hang out with anybody around here, even if they were witches, because most likely they're dope heads or they're dangerous in some fashion, and I don't want nothing to do with that. It's not worth possibly endangering myself or, somebody else. Kelly, I just wanted to say this. I don't know if you've had a chance to see the 2, lengthy text messages I sent you once I noticed that you had joined my channel. Trying to think, sometimes I have to think before I speak because I don't want to ramble on and, give anyone the wrong idea. I'm not attacking her or anything of the sort because I really do love her. She's, I hope that she's a friend and that we're okay, but she hasn't answered me, so I don't know. But, Kelly, I did not mean to hurt you. I'm sorry if I ever said anything that did hurt you or made you feel like I was singling you out or something like that, or I was cutting you down because of the coven you belong to because they rejected me. No, it was never anything like that. Not even remotely. Okay. I realized that, I should probably discuss it with the leader of the coven, but I'm too hurt to even try. Especially the way he overreacted, or I think he overreacted. The last ritual that I did tend, because I took 2 friends with me that were good people, and I didn't give him any warning. I didn't give him any heads up or anything like that, because I assumed that, considering I've known you guys probably about at least 4 years by now, maybe more, that you would be able to tell that I would never, for a second, I would never bring anybody into a sacred circle that was going to be disruptive in some way or cause a ruckus, a fight, argument, or just be outright belligerent or nothing of the sort. The look on the leader's face, really, it almost made me say, oh, I'm sorry, obviously we're not wanted here, so we'll just leave, but he just kind of looked at me and he said, Janet, kind of like he was scolding me, I guess. And I'm a full grown woman. It's like, Janet, I'll make this exception this time, but next time, don't do this way. Let me know ahead of time that you're bringing somebody. Okay, so what you're basically telling me is that you're already prejudging me again and assuming, for reasons I don't certainly understand, that I would ever bring anybody disruptive or negative in any way to a sacred circle of yours. Thanks. That really shows that you have a lot of confidence in me. I'm not sure what to make of that. He did apologize later, to be fair. He did apologize later, and he explained why he reacted the way he did. So I'm thankful for that. I'm glad that he saw that, okay, he was in the wrong. He overreacted. I'm sorry, and this and that. And, but after that, I told both of my friends, I said, look, I don't think, I'm glad that the three of us got to go to one of their rituals, but I don't think I'm going to any more, because if that's the kind of reaction I'm going to get, then I just don't want to go, because it's going to make me feel like I'm not wanted and I have done nothing wrong. And also, to be fair, and I know I've said this in many lives, and that is a lot of the reason behind why a lot of times when I do my random lives, which seems to be a common for me, I read from the Spirit Keeping book to let people know that when you are a spirit keeper, the spirit is never trapped, imprisoned, forced to do my bidding, or anybody else that gets a vessel from this place, Creepy Hollows. No spirit is being enslaved, forced to be in this vessel, held against their will. None of that crap. I would never do that. Okay? I would never do that. If somebody offered me a vessel or something of that nature that had a spirit bound in it that was against its will, no, I wouldn't take it. Okay? I would not take it, because that's not me. That is not anything I would ever do. And shame on you, leader of this coven, for ever thinking that about me in the first place. So apparently he went to this website and he checked it out himself, and he didn't like what he saw. Okay, well, if you really want to know the truth, get you a vessel from the site, and they have angels, they have fairies, they have unicorns, they have a lot of positive ones, and you tell me that the spirit is forced or trapped or imprisoned in some manner in this vessel and being forced against its will to do your bidding and yours alone. Because no, that is not the way it works. And yes, I'm kind of pissed off that he would think that I would ever do that kind of thing in the first place, okay? But Kelly, honey, I have never held that against you, and I never would, okay? It's not for everybody. People are going to have their own opinions. But if they would ever take the time to watch even one of my lives where I'm reading out of the Spirit Keeping book, it's very clear. These spirits are never forced or imprisoned against their will to just do my bidding for any reason, okay? The way Creepy Hollows works, the shortest version I can give anybody, if you sign up for the site, which doesn't cost a thing to do, okay? And when you're a first time, you sign up, just for anybody positive out there that might want to, try it out. And if you decide it's not for you, you know what? I mean, as much as it would hurt the spirit to do it, you could always send it back and say, I'm sorry, but this just ain't for me. They take your birth information. They use that in the conjuring, the summoning of the spirit. But again, it's not forced. The spirit that arrives is the one that most resonates with your life force. It shows up because it wants to. Of its own free will and choice, it will show up because it wants to be with you. Now, last I checked, that is not imprisonment. That is not forcing it to be with you. That's certainly not forcing it into a vessel. Yeah, I picked the vessel, that I would like it to be housed in, but the vessel is no more than a bridge to me, because I am on the earth plane. They are not. Okay, some of them are on the astral plane. Some of them reside there. Some of them are on the spirit plane and reside there. They come and go as they please. They show up in a dynamic way. They show up when needed. Meaning, if I really have a need for their help, they will show up. But they can come and go as they please. It's just the vessel is nothing more than a bridge to me. It is my connection to them. That's it. Okay? That's all. No, no two ways about it. Okay? So I'm not saying that spirit keeping is for everybody, and I'm not telling everybody, well, go out and do it because I say so. No, I'm not. And according to my husband, he thinks that the leader of the coven took it wrong because the way he read it was, it sounds like the spirits are being trapped. They're being imprisoned against their will in these vessels. And I'm here to tell you it's a bunch of bullshit. No, they are not. Okay? If that spirit does not want to be with you and it does not resonate with your energy, okay, then it's not going to show up. There's a difference between conjuring, summoning, and forcing a spirit to do your bidding, forcing it into a vessel where it has to be a prisoner and only has to answer to you. That is the kind of crap that dark practitioners do. And I am not a dark practitioner, never have been, never will be. So back the F off, leader of that coven. Okay? Now, Kelly, just to save yourself any harshness, don't even tell him that I said this. I don't want him to see this live, but at least you will know the truth. Okay? You know that I have no reason to lie about this. Why would I lie about this? Okay? That's not the way I roll. So I don't know what to tell him. And I'm not even going to waste my time trying to try because he's just going to be like, well, I don't like it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. That's your prerogative. But don't judge me, and assume that I'm doing something wrong, evil, dark, or whatever. And I'm bringing that into your precious home because no, I would never do that. Okay. I'm sorry, but I had to get that off my chest because I've been holding that in for a really long time. And, I'm not trying to be, let the bitch out of the box, but he kind of forced my hand. Okay. I used to have a great deal of respect for the man, but now I'm not so sure because, and not to mention, okay, after the way he did me and treated me over a complete misunderstanding because he refuses to see it from the way I understand it, he's decided that it's the way he sees it and that's the way it is. No, it's not. Okay. But I can't change his mind. I can't tell him, oh no, that's not, I'm not going to waste my breath. So I'm just going to strike out on my own. If anything, I will start my own coven. I just don't know when it's going to be. I don't know. I can't even, there's too much going on in my life right now to even consider it. But Kelly, if you ever see this live, and I hope you do, again, just know that, yeah, I was ranting. I was obviously very pissed off because a lot of that pissed off was hurt. It was absolute hurt that if he was so sure that I was going to be so dark, then why did he bother even giving me the magical interview? Why did he even bother giving me the magical vetting, get my hopes up that I was being accepted, and then not even give me the courtesy of an explanation as to why he didn't offer to let me into the coven? He's letting all these other people join. Okay. Does he question them? He's letting them join straight out of prison. Okay. I'm not saying they did anything evil, wrong, or bad. I know a lot of them have been falsely accused of some stuff, but obviously they got cleared of it or whatever. And, some of them, yeah, they may have made poor decisions and wrong choices, but they rose above that. They learned from it and they got out. Good for you. Way to go. I'll be the first one to say congratulations. I'm glad you got, finally got out of there and you can live a life again. So he has no problem letting them in, but because he is making assumptions and prejudgments against a website and me, obviously I'm not good enough. Somehow he has decided that I'm bad, evil, wrong, and he just would rather me not be around. So, I just won't be around. I will always miss the people there in that coven that I thought I was okay with. I thought we had a decent, acquaintance at least, and we could talk and hang out, and it was a lot of fun. But now all I have is to see how many choose, if any, besides you, Kelly, to subscribe to my channel and just get to know me that way, and at least be friends. Because if they will just give me, and I shouldn't even have to ask this. Let me before I even say that, let me just say it this way. Everybody deserves a chance, okay? Don't prejudge me. Don't make assumptions before you know all the facts, okay? And Kelly, I had a suggestion I wanted to make, as far as, and if you don't want to do this, that's okay. I understand. I won't bring it up again. But there's only one surefire way that I can think of to at least prove to one of you in that coven, just you and me, one-on-one, and I would ask you to keep it between us. Don't even say it to even a single other member in the coven if you think it's going to cause the slightest bit of crap or negative responses or anything of that nature, because I'm not trying to disrupt the coven or anybody in it or anything like that, okay? But if you will permit me, we can, I'm trying to think of like plausible places to do it. My highest suggestion would be your place. If you and I could get together sometime, because if we do it in a public place, it's going to be a little harder to understand, to explain to people, because we're going to get a lot of weird stares. But I would like to prove to you with my high elf here, okay, Lyria, that, because what I would do is I would ask her to come to her vessel and therefore come to me. And then once I felt her strongly enough there, I would be holding my vessel in my left hand, and I would simply be holding my right hand up like this. You wouldn't even have to touch my hand if you didn't want to. You could just put your hand close to mine, however close was comfortable. And all I would say to you, with probably tears streaming down my face because of how deeply the leader has hurt me by judging me the way he did, I would say, now tell me, okay, if this seems like a trapped spirit to you. Tell me that this energy feels like, I am imprisoning this spirit in this vessel against her will, because we're talking a high elf here, okay? I may have been I'm a practitioner from like 32 years experience, but there is no way that I will ever believe that a high elf of this magnitude, a female, very beautiful. I've only seen her once, and it was for a handful of seconds. When I first got her vessel, she had blonde, wavy hair, beautiful blue eyes, the typical pointed ears and everything, beautiful fair skin. And it was like a side profile picture of her. And that's the only time I've seen her. I call her Lyria because, as far as I know, she's never given me her name. And I feel like, okay, maybe it's not time for me to know her name. Maybe she tried to tell me and I just didn't hear it, or, there's some kind of certain thing that has to happen before I don't know. So I asked her, I said, can I call you Lyria? And she said, yeah, that's fine for now. I said, okay. So, but I mean, I don't know how long, Kelly, you've been into the practice of, the craft or anything, but I'm pretty sure that you're well schooled enough that you would be able to tell from this simple little experiment that this is not in any way, shape, or form any kind of a trapped spirit or forced against its will or anything of the sort. Okay. And I really truly believe, and I can even feel it now, that Lyria, she would absolutely have no problem showing up so that I could prove that to you. And I only say that because you are the one that reached out to me by joining my channel. And I didn't even know until the last live stream I did before this one, I think it was, or one of the last couple I did or something like that, where I scrolled down. I was in the studio where you can like edit and, do different things like that. If there's sections in there where you like was repeating yourself too much or anything. you wanted to cut out or whatever, then you could. And you could also, I don't know if you could put like fancy touches on it or this, and I don't have those kind of skills. So I just happened to scroll down for whatever reason, and I saw your name, and I went, what? Oh my gosh. So I reached out back to you, and that's when I sent you the text messages. But that's been a couple days ago, and you haven't answered, so you might just be too busy. I'm not sure. I will not call the leader to discuss any of this, because obviously it evokes, very strong anger emotions in me and very deep-seated hurt. And that's a shame, because I really thought the world of him. And my son Michael is the one that introduced me to the leader and said, you got to meet this guy, Mom. He's awesome. You guys get along so well. And at first we did. But I think Chris was right when he said, I think I know what his problem was, or why he did what he did. And when he told me, I swear it was like a knife to the heart. And in my opinion, that's not fair. That's not right. I have never judged him for anything he's ever done. I've never judged him when, he takes way too long to do a circle casting, and with my back and my, fibromyalgia and leg issues and this and that, it would kill my back because of how long I would have to stand before he was finished. Did I ever say anything? Did I ever complain about it? No, I didn't. Did I ever cause a ruckus? Did I ever cause a fuss? No, I didn't. Have I ever even so much as argued with a single person in that coven? No, I have not. Okay. So if I'm so evil, wrong, and bad because I own vessels and I'm a spirit keeper, then I would have done something a long time ago, and I probably would have half or more, or not even, maybe even the whole coven pissed off at me. I'm not Leah. Okay. So I'd appreciate it if he'd stop treating me like I am, because that's exactly how I felt. Like he was judging me and saying I was another Leah because of the simple fact of the story that he brought up about the, I think it was a chalice, his wedding chalice, him and Gary or something. And, he said that Leah demanded it. Have I ever done anything like that? No. Have I ever demanded anything of theirs? No. Have I ever disrupted circle? Have I ever disrupted circle casting? Have I ever had a harsh word with anybody in that coven? No. So who's the bad guy here? He certainly made me feel like I am, and I'm not. I'm not saying necessarily that he's the bad guy, but he sure made me feel like a POS, piece of shit, and I don't appreciate it. So if that's the way he feels, and then I just won't. I won't ever burden him with seeing my face again. So I hope you understand all this, Kelly. I'm sorry I got so fired up about it, but I think I have a damn good reason to be. And I hope that I hear from you soon or sometime, and you say that, yeah, you and I are okay. And like I said, unless some other people in the coven see this and they take it back to him, well, if they do, well, okay. But if he tries to call me or he tries to reach out to me, I will not answer. I will not answer. I will not respond, because why should I? I'm the bad guy, remember? I'm the evil one. I'm just another Leah. So, he don't want that kind of thing in his coven. I'm not good enough for his coven. So, okay, whatever. Blessed be. Bye. I guess I'm going to go ahead and get off here. That was the main thing I guess I wanted to get off my chest. I hope you understand, Kelly, where I'm coming from and why. I mean, like, if it was you, how would you have reacted? How would you have dealt with the situation? I cried over that a lot. I really did. Maybe not outwardly, but inside I was brokenhearted and soul shattered. So thanks a lot, leader of the coven. That was real nice of you. I think he should be done with the tank by now, because Chris was cleaning the tank, and with my hurt toes and all, I didn't want to, be all tensed up every time he walked by me to, worried that he was going to bump my toes or trying to get out of the way. I was going to bump him again. I don't want to do that, because then that'll just make him hurt worse. So I love you. Blessed be. Hopefully see you next live or something, or one of these times. But, you know, I just wanted to say, if you are possibly one of the mystery people that I've seen on here that for whatever reason just didn't want to show their name or didn't want me to know who it was, please don't be afraid to let me know it's you. Okay. I promise that I will keep it positive. I will try to, you know, because I try to keep most of my stuff on here. I try to keep positive. Um, I may have heated discussions about stuff, but hey, you know, I mean, I am a Capricorn. I do have a fieriness about me, but I try to keep it mostly positive. And anybody that's really seen even a handful of my lives should know that by now anyway. So I hope you're okay. I hope everybody in your family's okay. Um, See you or something, I guess, whenever. Hopefully. God and Goddess bless.